What's up guys, DJ back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about fake cards and scams. Scams. Lots of people are talking about this. There's been a lot of incidents recently and there's always been stories. We've heard of, past things that's happened, people buying stuff and it's not actually being the product that they bought. A lot of fake stuff going around. It's been around for a long time. It's just going a little bit more, heightened. It's getting a lot more notice now. As we all know, the hobby has grown hugely. A lot of new people are here. A lot of, opportunity to scam people. Not saying that I would do that, but that is why we are seeing an influx of scams recently. And I thought we'd talk about it and, kind of just analyze what it does to the community and to the hobby. So let's get into it. So guys, I just want to start off by saying Pokemon collecting and the hobby is based around our feelings a lot of the time. So, a lot of the stuff we do, a lot of the judgments we make in this hobby is because of our feelings. When we buy certain cards, we buy it because we have an attachment to it, or we like those cards, we like those Pokemon. We have feelings toward it, happy feelings, memories, nostalgia, and all that sort of stuff. Maybe you're buying it for investment or for resale, but the reason why those sell for, good prices or, those have great potential is because your customers are the collectors and the collectors have feelings towards those cards. So, even as an investor or a flipper, you need to understand people's feelings towards these Pokemon and the cards and collecting and the hobby. So that being said, when we see scams happen, there are two emotions that everybody feels really. And those two emotions are really powerful and really affects us as just general human beings. And those emotions are fear/anxiety, okay? And the second one is anger. So we'll talk about anger first because I think everybody gets super angry when they get ripped off or when they find out they've been scammed. And, a lot of big YouTubers are showing up videos, opening up boxes that are fake. And, obviously they show the true feelings, probably more sadness than anything. I didn't mention sadness, but sadness comes in part of the fear and the anger as well. So whether we like it or not, even if we're super angry, we're actually kind of sad about it, and that is why we're angry. But that being said, the anger part can really change our judgments and change what we think about the hobby or just about our investments or about our collection in general. It could cause you to make drastic decisions straight away. So, whether it be like, well, I have a WotC booster box as well. What should I do? These people are, opening them up and they're not really what it is, and it's hard to tell what's fake and what's not. And obviously there are tells, okay? But even some of the most experienced people are getting, in a way, look silly or made to look like a fool a little bit. But even the most experienced people can get fooled. So, and some people are, of course you're going to get angry with it. People are going to get angry and a bit disappointed and sad and, all of that together. And the fear and anxiety, and it causes people to make rash decisions sometimes if you don't sit down and think about it patiently. Where did you buy your box from? I got friends that have these sort of boxes and they get, oh, should I just box break this stuff? And a lot of people are box breaking as well. And this could be a cause of the scam stuff. Of course, box breaks happen for other reasons too. But I think this is partially a reason why we're seeing a lot of more box breaks recently, especially of vintage products. With the modern booster boxes, it's, you can get fooled with those too, but the thing is, their value is nowhere near the vintage booster boxes. And the other thing is, with modern booster boxes, I think it's a bit more obvious to tell if it's fake or not. You can also see the packs on the side of the box. So, just one sec. So here is my Evolutions booster box. You can tell if it's fake or not just simply because of the wrap how well it's sealed. But also, see on the side there, you can actually see the booster packs through there. With the Wizards of the Coast booster boxes, they're different shape, different design, and it makes it tough to see those packs. And of course, if you look at it when you resale it, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure those first 6 or 7 packs are legit, and then the ones behind that. But that's just a lot of work and a lot of effort, And what we're seeing with these resealed booster boxes is usually they put cards in them, not actual booster packs, or maybe 1 or 2 booster packs, and then they put the rest as bubble wrap and stuff. So I'll just put this away. So in saying that, guys, WotC booster boxes are the main target. Also, they are the bigger money makers. Not to say that there are modern stuff that is also being made as fake, because there are some fake ones as well. But I think a lot of the scammers are targeting the vintage stuff. So, and that's why we're also I think we're seeing people box break their stuff, because they want to capitalize on the money. They also want to make sure that everything that they have is legit, because somebody could have bought that booster box 10 years ago, and now they're opening it up. It's hard to trace back. Who did I buy this from? When did I buy it from? Are they still alive, the person I bought it from, and then you could trace it back to that other person, and they might have been also duped as well. So following those, tracing back your steps to who you purchased the product from, because these products might have seen 100 different hands or 50 different hands, so it's hard to tell. But we've seen PokerRev being fooled, TCA Gaming kind of fooled. There was another one, I can't remember his name, but he bought a base set booster box, similar thing from the Logan Paul guy with the bald head, collecting guru guy. So stuff like that. I guess it puts a bit of. It's good because they're sharing, all right? They're sharing with the community, and people are being more aware of it. But I think, even back in the day, 20 years ago, there were some fake cards out there. And some people have fake cards in the collection they don't even know. I went to trade with a friend of mine, and he didn't realize that he had so many fake cards from back in the day as well. So this is nothing new. I think it's just more awareness being built around it. And, of course, people are going to get upset, and people are going to get sad and angry and a bit scared, about what should they do moving forward, and, will this affect prices? Now, I think that's a question that a lot of people ask themselves, for vintage especially, because there's a lot of fake vintage booster boxes and fake cards and stuff like that. So, they ask themselves, is this investment that I was going to have, is this still going to hold its value later down the line? I think, personally, this is what I think. I think it's still going to hold value, but people might be more scared to spend so much money on a purchase like that, considering the risks and all that other, all the factors involved. Now, I actually have a friend of mine, Electric Type 88. He made a video not too long ago about potentially box breaking his booster boxes. Although he said, he's doing this to maximize the money and all that stuff, which is fair. You can watch that video if you wanted to. He explains his reasons to why he wanted to box break these things. But I think parts of that reason was because there were so much scams out there. He also wanted to see, he's a sealed collector. He wanted to keep those sealed, but, it made him think twice, all right? Although he didn't end up doing it, okay? He didn't end up doing it, which, I also wouldn't have done it, but he just couldn't do it. But it made him think about it, right? And it's making people think twice before they change their mind on their goals. A lot of sealed collectors be like, oh, well, maybe I should open them and see, It makes you question that. And all I want to say about that is, well, you know what you have, and sometimes you don't, but all you can do is be really careful moving forward, because what's done is done. You already bought that box. How are you going to trace back your steps? I mean, it depends when you bought it. Like, you need to know all those facts and stuff, and sometimes that could be a bit difficult. And, my friend Electric Type, you know who you are. I'm glad you didn't open those boxes, to be honest. I'm really glad you didn't, because I think, although you possibly could make more money by box breaking them and getting the views and grading the packs and all that stuff. And you do you got to do what you think is best as well. But I think if you wanted to box break it, you can box break that at any time. There's no real rush to do that. And if you had your own booster box and you're worried about this, you can still wait. You can still wait a little while longer. You don't need to rush open all your boxes and see if they're fake or not and then sell the packs to make the money back and all that, There's no real rush. These people can open their packs if they want to, or the boxes if they want to. You can do the same if you want to. I mean, if you're feeling a little bit scared, if you're feeling a bit like, should I check if this is a legit box or not? Watch some videos from Z&G Emporium or some of the other big YouTubers who show you how to tell if a box is fake or not. And of course, that doesn't... it's not as best as opening it up yourself and seeing if it is fake or not. But, they go through a lot of detail in what to look for, what's obvious and what's not. And, the scams are getting really good now. They're getting really tight, really good, like hard to tell. And that makes people scared a little bit. And I understand that. But my advice is, if you do have a box like that, I would just hold on to it. That's just me. Of course, I'll probably be looking at it and be like, ooh, what if that is fake? What if, the thing is, if it is fake, what's the difference if you find out it's fake now, and what's the difference if you find out if it's fake 10 years down the line when you plan to sell that again, The difference is maybe if you bought that recently, of course you could trace it back, maybe get a refund or, get your money back and stuff like that. But a lot of these people didn't have had those boxes for years, It's hard to go back years and find the seller who sold you that box, And I guess you could say what's done is done. You can't change it. You already have it in your possession, especially if you can't organize a refund or anything like that. Now, some people are being lucky. They might have bought their box recently. They know who they bought it from, and they can kind of figure out something. But a lot of the collectors, like my friend Electric Type 88, he bought those boxes a while ago. The last time he purchased the Jungle box, I think, was at the start of this year. So I don't know how he would trace back all his steps. He's probably documented it, knowing him, he probably did. But even if you document everything, nothing's foolproof, right? But that's my thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I know there's a lot of scams going around. It's putting a lot of fear. It's putting a lot of awareness. And the awareness is probably the best thing because it makes people a bit more cautious. But overall, as a hobby, if everyone is feeling, a bit scared, what if this, what if that, what if this can slow down purchasing. It can slow down people buying, and therefore maybe slow down prices. I don't think price drops. I think it's just too soon to say price drops. But, if you see fake booster boxes, like a base set booster box, I don't think it's going to drop the value of that booster box. If you see a legit one, if someone confirms this is a legit base set booster box, I don't think it's going to drop in value. But I think it will just be harder to sell because people are scared to, well, you say it's legit, but what if it's not? There's always that what if question. And I guess it's turning people to PSA as well. All right, so this is another conversation where people were fighting sealed versus PSA and cards and stuff like that. With PSA, we already know that's authenticated. It's 100%. It's not fake. And of course, there are some people making up PSA cards and stealing serial numbers and all that stuff. It's just harder, That's probably the harder thing to fake. Considering where you're getting it from a third party authenticator who you're paying, and it's funny, the bigger we get as a community, as the hobby grows, the more people are going to come in, more outsiders, more scammers. It just opens up doors, right? So in a way, it tells us this is growing really big. But I did say before, you know, though there has been scammers in the past, it's nothing new. It's just more awareness around it now, and more people are having more feelings towards it and speaking out on it, which is a good thing. I think that's great. Moving forward, I think just to be careful, maybe just ask opinions from other people, all right? So, you know, before I make a purchase, I purchase most of my things from people I trust and people I know. And of course, you know, when you build a relationship like that, it's just so much easier, so much trust. You know, I can make a payment plan with somebody, and, you know, they can trust that I would make that, you know, make those payments, and I would trust them to hold on to my product, you know? So, I mean, I could be lucky that in that sense, but, you know, it's up to you if you build those relationships or not. And the other thing is, you know, with these fake boxes and scams and stuff, all you can really do is be careful. You know, ask a second opinion, ask a third opinion, ask a fourth opinion. You know, take a lot of get them to send you a lot of photos, or actually meet up with that person, look at the box inside and out, and even then you could still get fooled. All right, even then you could still get fooled, but at least you know in your heart and your mind, you know that you went through everything you can to make sure that was a legit box. And if it isn't, it's just really, really sad and, you know, upsetting. But it's what it is. You learn, you live and you learn. You know, it's just, I'd like to say it's a part of life, but it really shouldn't be, because people shouldn't really be trying to rip off other people. But it is what it is. People, we are people. There's going to be people who are greedy, people who do these things. There are criminals, you know, and then there's the good guys like us, you know, or the innocent people that try and just buy something with the hopes that it's legit, you know. And I know I probably waffled on a bit, but I have a few friends who's transferred from sealed collecting into actual PSA cards, because PSA cards, as I said before, are a bit more foolproof. Maybe there will be one day where PSA or Beckett will think about looking after the sealed collectors and, you know, authenticating sealed stuff, but it's always a risk sending those things overseas, and unless you live there, and then the protection, and, you know, there's a lot of headaches, a lot of hassles. But who knows? Maybe one day someone will figure out something. Maybe there'll be instant transmission, Goku style. Okay, you can like send this through your mind overseas and receive it back instantly. You know, technology is a crazy thing, and it's always, you know, developing. But that also develops for the scammers too. That's why some of these things, some of these cards that you see that are fake, are so, like, look so real, because of, you know, the technology that we have, you know, helps them, helps us, helps them, you know, back and forth, back and forth. Anyway, guys, that is all for today. See you in 2 to 3 days' time. Make sure you enter the 700 subscriber giveaway, the Vivid Voltage giveaway, or, you know, just subscribe, like the video, whatever you want to do. See you guys next time. Bye.